Hello and welcome, my travel and tourism students. We are officially entering into week number 3 of the course. Few things that I want to cover this week. Number one, before we actually get into week number 3 and the content that we're going to actually be exploring this week, let me talk about your final project that's going to be due at the end of the semester. So, as you know, this happens to be a 7.5 week course. So that means that, of course, the final half a week, you are going to work on submitting your final project. And your final project is going to happen to be your overseas project. And I don't know if the class, some of you have had the chance and the opportunity yet to actually look this assignment over. But if you go to your content section on the left hand corner of D2L of your course shell, if you scroll down, click on signature assignment right here. And this will take you to your overseas project. And this kind of gives a breakdown of what I'm looking for in terms of the project. So, what you're doing is you're selecting a desired destination in terms of another country that you may want to travel to. Just one thing that I want to bring to everyone's attention. These are the following places, and I had to scroll down at the bottom here. Do not use the following 9 countries. So, for example, the United Kingdom, France, Italy, Jamaica, Brazil, Mexico, Egypt, and Canada. Exclude those from the project. So, any other country that you decide to use, you can actually do the research, and you can do it on that country, but do not use any of these 9 countries that are listed here. So we're kind of looking for in this assignment a destination, okay, that may not be so popular in terms of tourists, a destination that tourists may not have on their top 5 list in terms of where they may want to travel. So again, look at this assignment. I recommend everyone within the next 2 weeks start looking into this and start doing the research and start putting together this project. Again, it's a PowerPoint presentation. This is an individual project. I want to make that known and I want to reference that as it's here in writing. But this is what I'm looking for. If you just look at the different slides, this is what you're going to be including within the project itself. I want everyone to be creative with this project and I want everyone to have fun putting it together. Okay? Make it look great in terms of graphical design. But however, though, I always look for the detailed content. Did you research it? Did you further elaborate on it? That's what I look for first when grading anything pertaining to this. So again, okay, keep this in mind. This is something that you're definitely going to want to look into within the next week or so, as we are in week number 3 of the course. This is going to be due the final week of the semester, and this is your final project. Okay, let's go to week number 3. We're talking about tourism and technology, and we're also talking about transportation in tourism. These are the topics that we're going to be actually covering this week. So, of course, you want to read chapters 5 and 6 of your textbook, and this is the lecture that I actually put together in writing. It kind of piggybacks what's in chapter 5 and chapter 6 of the textbook, but then I kind of elaborate as well in terms of some different factors and different things, okay, that we have to keep in mind, okay, when it comes to technology and how we're relating that to the travel and tourism industry as well as transportation. The one thing to really kind of discuss and bring forth is how the internet really supersedes, and we're talking about, okay, how do we research? How do we get our travel plans put together? How do we book our hotels? How do we book our airfare? How do we book the rental car when we get to our desired destination? Things pertaining to that. Technology using the internet, okay, is really the main and primary source that we happen to use. Now, I like to look at 2 different approaches to this. I like to look at the micro approach, meaning, okay, that the traveler themselves, okay, will make the accommodations. without using a travel agent or a travel agency service. But then also, I look at the business to business relationship that a lot of travel agencies happen to engage in for the purpose, okay, of putting together a package for the traveler. So the business to business relationships, how travel agents will connect and network with airlines, how they will connect with uh, hotels, things pertaining to that. Okay, and then also, okay, putting together brochures when it comes to different sites based on the destination of where the traveler may be going to. Okay, what are the ultimate attractions or the main attractions to visit within that place of destination? So the internet again is very resourceful, and it has evolved over the last 4 decades. As you can see, okay, if you look at our various internet connections that we happen to use, okay, everything is mainly Wi-Fi, is wireless internet. Okay, just look at your mobile devices, your cell phones, look at your tablets. Okay, we're talking about a compact hardware mobile device that you can carry around. But guess what? On your cell phone or on your tablet, you can make hotel accommodations and you can also book airfare with the desired airline that you may want to fly to get to your destination. And then you can also look at various attractions pertaining to your destination of travel, whatever city or whatever country it may be. All right. So look again at how technology has really been placed literally in our hands and how accessible it is in terms of how we can make our travel arrangements. The next thing that we want to look into is we want to look into transportation. Now, there are two forms of transportation. Okay, so we look at surface, which happens to include land and water, and we happen to look at air. Okay, that's flying with a desired airline or a preferred airline. So think about different forms of transportation. Think about the rental car companies, as a matter of fact. Think about even the rideshare programs. A lot of individuals, okay, once they land at the airport of their destination, they may not want to rent a car. A lot of individuals who have either Uber or Lyft, they may want the rideshare to come and pick them up. And there's a lot of convenience when it comes to that. You get your luggage, okay, and once you land, and then of course, well, when you call your ride share, you don't have to deal with excess traffic or a lot of congestions, maybe to get to a bus to take to the terminal where the rental cars are at. I mean, these are just some things here that we can reflect and think about. Okay, the rideshare program can pull up literally right at the airport, and you put your luggage within the car, and then of course you go to the destination, your next destination, which will probably be the hotel, where you have booked your reservations. So think about rideshare programs. Think about cruise lines. Think about the different airfares as you're reflecting into this week's material when you look at transportation and how it affects tourism and travel. Now, I just want to talk about the assignment here that you're going to be doing. Your week 3 assignment that happens to be due next Saturday is going to be centered around Europass. Now, that happens to be the railroad system of travel within Europe. So let me just scroll down here. What you're going to do is you're going to compare the rail system in the United States to the rail system in Europe. And I'm actually looking at the week 3 assignment here. And what makes Railpass so popular for tourists traveling to Europe? Now, would a similar concept work within the United States? Why or why not? So this is really a reflective assignment that you're going to be working on. Think about it. You could use Amtrak as an example, okay, because that happens to be one of our major um, train systems um, that's used for travel here within the country, here in the United States, to get from one state to the next. Okay, so you can compare Europass with Amtrak. So kind of take this concept, and let's say, for example, if Amtrak was looking at this type of rail system, very similar to a rail pass in Europe, would it work here? Why or why not? So what I've done to help you assist in this assignment, if you go into the materials here, you click on the URailPass link right here, and this takes you to the website of URailPass, and you can get your content and information on how URailPass is set up. So I would do a comparison thing between URailPass and Amtrak. Just a suggestion I'm making. It doesn't have to be based on Amtrak. You can actually take URailPass and kind of give like maybe a pitch idea of URailPass extending here in the country, here in the United States. That's just some food for thought here, and it's just some advice that I'm giving. So you can do either one or the other. So again, that assignment's going to be due on Saturday night at 11:59 p.m. next Saturday. Make sure, of course, that your discussion activities, okay, we have three of these that we do on a weekly basis, three discussion questions. These are going to be due on Thursday night. And this is centered around technology as well as transportation. So give your initial response to these three discussion questions by Thursday night at midnight. And then you want to give at least one substantive response to at least one of your peers that would be due on Saturday night. Okay, so the order is your discussions, engage in these, and let me make this clear, everyone. In order to get full points, you need to make a post to all three discussion threads. Just don't do one or two of the discussion activities out of the three. In order to get points, you want to, of course, make a response and give a response to all three discussion questions. So that's going to be due on Thursday night. And then, of course, your week 3 assignment, okay, looking at URailPass, is going to be due on Saturday night. So, okay, as you can hear my Bixby talking in the background here. My apologies for that. If you need to contact me, okay, and I just went to the news page. Here we go. If you need to contact me, of course, you know that my hours of availability, 6 to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. You can contact me by phone, and you can send me a text message between 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Okay, everyone, welcome to week number 3. This is Professor Javier Black, and I will be talking to everyone soon.